So in a previous video, I talked about the pros and cons of using LUTs and the situations in which I think it's okay to use LUTs and the fact that I think a lot of people are using LUTs way too much. So if you haven't seen that video yet, before you watch this one, be sure to check it out. I'll leave a link to it right up here. So let's get into today's video. And in that previous video, I discussed that I was going to talk to you guys about my favorite LUT for converting the RAW or log of the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, or you can also use it on the 6K, and converting that into Rec 709 and kind of getting that ARRI Alexa sharp but creamy look that, I think personally looks just absolutely beautiful, and I strive to get that look on pretty much all of my videos. There's, other looks you can get, other cinema quality film looks and whatnot, but this is by far my favorite look for getting that ARRI Alexa creamy Rec 709 look. And the LUT I'm going to talk to you guys about is called The One LUT, and it's made by a guy named James Ballard. I think I'm saying his name right. I'll leave a link to his Instagram and to the LUT down below in the description. I apologize, James, if I mispronounced your last name. So let's get into it. So this LUT was developed by a filmmaker, as I said, named James Ballard. So basically what he did is he took the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, an ARRI Alexa, filmed the same exact subjects under multiple different situations, and then color matched, very detailed color matched the Pocket Cinema 4K to the ARRI Alexa, and then output that as a LUT, and he called it The One LUT. Now what I love about this LUT is that it really gives you that great creamy look, as I've said, but also, really takes into account the colors, so it's not overly saturated, and also you get that really nice highlight fall off, which is very, very difficult to get unless you know exactly what you're doing. I've started out using, the Blackmagic LUT that Blackmagic provides in DaVinci, and it's really contrasty, overly saturated, and the highlights they just don't look good. I'm being honest, it's just a garbage LUT, and I don't use it. I always hated using it. I'd apply it, and then I'd have to adjust so many things before I could even get to color correction and color grading my videos. So with his LUT, it's just a drag and drop solution. It looks amazing. It looks so good. He really put a lot of time into it. Now, if you go, check it out, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not getting any kickbacks from him. I don't even remember what the cost of the LUT is. It might be $5. It could be $30. I don't know what the cost is exactly. But just know that whatever the cost is, it's 100% worth it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the video that he put out to kind of demonstrate the capabilities of this LUT. And then we're going to jump onto my computer, and I'm going to show you guys some of the footage that I've used and with this LUT, and kind of show you guys what it looks like if you use the Blackmagic LUT, and then show you what it looks like if you use this LUT. It's called The One LUT, and it's fantastic. I highly recommend it, and you guys should definitely check it out. If you guys have a better LUT that you enjoy using, leave a comment down below. I'd love to check it out. I know there are so many LUTs out there, as I said in my previous video, but I think that this LUT is really special, and it really gets the job well done, and it's completely worth every penny that it costs. So without further ado, again, let's jump onto my computer and let's go over, how the picture looks and how it compares to the LUT that Blackmagic Design provides for us for, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which will never stop being a ridiculously long name for a camera to say. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so now we're in DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to show you with some old footage that I used, that I have, exactly how this one LUT works. And before I get into anything, again, this is all my personal opinion, my own personal preference. I'm not doing any super scientific, data comparisons or chart comparisons. I'm not going to, compare the data levels of, the different LUTs. This is just my own personal thoughts and opinions, so take that as you will. So here I have two shots from a music video I shot a while ago. I'll link a description, I'll put a link in the description to this music video if you guys want to check it out. My roommate did a cover of A Day to Remember's Rescue Me, and we filmed it at a little rocky cove along the beach. So we've got this shot right here, and this is all the Blackmagic RAW from the Blackmagic Pocket. So right here, you've got the two shots. I'm going to come in to the color tab. You can say in the first shot, all I've done right here so far is change the color space to be in Rec 709 within the right gamma space, and I adjusted the white balance because I was a little off. That's all. If I turn this off, you can see all I'm doing is adjusting the white balance to fix, the color cast that I had, because I had my settings a little off on the white balance when I filmed. So yeah, I want to show you guys the difference between these LUTs. So I know there's many different ways to apply LUTs in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just showing you guys the way I'm doing it right now, just in the clip settings, just because it's much easier than going through the color management settings and switching between the two. I want you guys to really be able to see the difference. So I'm going to select the Blackmagic 4K LUT that comes with DaVinci Resolve. So 3D LUT, Blackmagic Design. I natively have, there we go, the Pocket 4K Film to Video V4, because I shot this on the Pocket 4K. So if I turn this on, you can see right away that all of the highlights are totally blown out in the sky. You lose all this nice sky detail. It just kind of explodes the highlights, and it gets really, really contrasty, and you can see how it goes from really bright, there's a little fall off, and then it's the darks and the shadows of the clouds. And I'm just really not that big a fan of how much it just explodes the highlights. And you can see over here, if you look at my roommate when he was performing, you can see just how contrasty and how strong the contrast is when it comes to the image. So that's the Blackmagic LUT. Now if I turn on and use the one LUT, you can see that it still adds contrast, but it keeps so much more of the detail in the highlights. And if we go back to the sky, you can see just how much of a nice, feathering and how much of a softer roll-off there is on the highlights, and how much, just, again, I'm not changing any details other than just applying the different LUTs to convert the raw, log footage to Rec 709. And you can just see how much more detail and information is being kept versus the Blackmagic one by default. It still is adding contrast, obviously, but it's really just kind of giving you a much more pleasant look. So if I turn the Blackmagic back on, you can just see, boom. It's so much more contrasty and just explodes the highlights, and you just lose all that nice clean detail. So I'm going to go to another shot now and show you guys this one. So same thing, all I did is adjusting the white balance before and after. And you can see that this was shooting directly into, towards the sun, towards the bright sky at sunset. So there is, a harsh, fall off already. So if I put the Blackmagic LUT on, you can see how much all this, just explodes. You get really contrasty, really saturated. See, all this information right in here just disappears, and it just, again, it's much harsher. You can even see the harsh, highlights, a little bit of roll off from about here to maybe about here, this little distance right here, and then that's it. And it provides, it still looks okay, but it's not great. So now if we put on the one LUT, look at that. You still keep all those rich colors the same, and you're preserving all that information that was lost in here. And you still have that nice default roll-off of, here, you've got some here, and then it rolls off nice between the blown-out sky and, going to the yellow and oranges. You can even see in his hair You know, it has a nice fading color, whereas here, boom, look at that, just harsh. You just have that harsh line right where his hair is with the original Blackmagic Pocket LUT from Blackmagic Design. Turn this on, and you have such a nice, just, you know, a nice cleaner, you know, nice highlight roll off. So I just want to show you guys the differences between the two, and that's why I like using the one LUT better. Again, I'm not getting paid to say this. I have this LUT, I've been using it, I really love it, and I think it just gives such a pleasant, you know, such a much more pleasant image. So again, Blackmagic, the one LUT. And in fact, I'm going to do this for you guys. Turn that off, turn that on. Let's grab a still right here. Turn that on, turn that off. And then here, you can even see the difference. So that's the screen grab from the original 4K LUT. And then here, you retain so much more information, and the colors are just, you know, they stay more true to the original, and they're just not, you know, this one's a little bit brighter, but this one keeps more of the original detail, more of the original colors. So I think that's really just so important. So again, I'll turn this on, grab a still, so you got that right there, turn that off, turn this one back on. So you can just see the difference. So that's the Blackmagic LUT, and then as I turn the one, you can see all those blown out highlights just coming right back in. And I'd rather keep more information in the highlights and in the shadows and have a slightly darker image, because that's easily fixable in post. You know, just crank up the ISO or use the curves, or, you know, the tools, the lift, gamma, gain, however you want to do it. But, you know, it's better to have more information, and the one LUT just keeps things so much nicer. Just looking in the clouds, you can just see the difference. So again, that's the one LUT, and that's the Blackmagic LUT. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope, hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. I'm still fairly new to making these tutorial videos and, you know, sharing my knowledge, but I really just wanted you guys to see the big difference that this LUT really makes, and why I think it's so great, and it's so much better than the stock Blackmagic Pocket LUT that just comes with DaVinci Resolve. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like it, you know, be sure to check out the music video itself. That's in the description below. And thanks for joining me, and yeah, more videos coming out soon. Be sure to give me a comment. If you like this LUT, let me know what your thoughts are. If there's a different LUT or a different workflow that you enjoy better, or if I went about applying this LUT completely wrong and there's a better way to do it, I'd love to hear. I'm still learning myself, but I'm just trying to help anyone else who's interested. And yeah, that's it for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next video.